Hi, this is George. What I've been doing over the last 15 days or so is to do a bunch of doodle swatches. So this was the first day, second, third, etc. So don't get overwhelmed by the past doodles, because each one is a kind of idea that I present to you. So the idea is to just have a piece of work that's ongoing. Now, if you were to do all of this in one sitting, probably about maybe 2 days, allowing for dry times and coming up with different ideas. But the difference is concentrating on 1, 2, or 3 areas at a time, or just one at a time. For example, the idea I want to present to you today is to incorporate designs throughout the doodle process. And to do that, select a pattern that you like, that you already have in. I like the swirls, geometrical shapes like triangles and circles. I also like the tree branches that are going throughout. So today I'm going to use trees and bricks. This is for day number 16, which is basically adding balance to your doodle process. 3 things that you can do to create balance is to limit your overall color scheme and have some unifying colors that you use to balance your work out. For example, we have a lot of brown tones or neutral tones going with the branches, the column here, and even the swirls, as well as the bricks. If you start maybe applying a little bit of blue, right now I'm using the Princeton Round 4, which is a water-soluble crayon that you can activate with a little bit of water. And this is the base color. Some water over here that I will get as I activate the Caran dash. So I use the Caran dash as the base color here, and you're thinking, why use blue? Well, because I have a lot of areas that are in blue. So the moon down here, the window here, warmer blue here. So it's a matter of melding the piece together as you go along. So as in watercolor, when you activate the Caran d'Ache, which is a water-soluble crayon, you have to dry it. And I'm using a craft heating tool, but you can use an old blow dryer and have it set at the lowest setting. So another color that is through the doodle as a whole is brown. So I'm going to use it now as a accent color. Use a paintbrush. I like round because it's more gentle. But if you are comfortable using a flat brush, that's okay. So that is drying now, and we're going to go in this side and again add the accent color. Having a smaller brush for this area, and I wanted to let you know that if you don't have Caran d'Ache, you can apply watercolor as well. And again, I'm not really concerned about the brush as it goes over the lines here. It's not a problem. To go in this area as well, and I'm going to go with my cobalt blue again. Because this is going to be the main base color, and going in with a little bit larger one, the number 4, and we can fix that later on. So don't freak out if you make a mistake like that. Incorporate it into your doodle. Stuff happens. So I generally like to have at least 3 or 5, basically an odd number, because the mind processes as differently from even versus odd. I don't know why, but it does. So it's, I guess, more pleasing. If you know the answer to that, let me know in the comment below. Actually, I like that accidental greenness. Make sure you clean off your brush in your water and tap on your towel or paper towel to, one, dry it, but also to make sure you don't have any pigment left. So I'm going to dry this more, and I'll be back to go back and include a little bit of shadow color here and here to tie in with here, but only a little bit. Because I want to continue the ring around here. Do I know what I'm going to do? Nah. Other than maybe some bricks of here and here, but a little bit of water. More water to bleed out the brown, maybe up here as well. But more intense brown, but more water still. Again, to soften the brown and make it more of a wash. It's kind of wet, and I'm going to hopefully continue working here a bit while that dries. I'm going to carry on with my branches, and again, I'm only going to do a little bit of the brown, just a bit. I did the brown to tie in this and this. And let's see, a little bit more intense up here. Because I want to tie in this with the branches that I did in here. This is my Winsor Newton Cottonman set. It has 24 colors. And I'm going to use these to fill in some of the detail here, just to show you that you can use whatever supplies that you have. I'm going to spritz the water. Like, you can get this at maybe Michael's or Dollar Tree, but to just get a little dampness and cover your work, because you don't want to splash it on your work that you have just done. Now that's working its magic. I'm going to do a little drawing details. And remember to keep your pencil lines smooth and light. I'm going to start here because this is pretty straight, hopefully, and it'll be easier to do the lines, or maybe not. And let's see, kind of even. Again, I'm not really concerned. So I want to have this here, the bottom line, be kind of a ledge. So I'm going in with some blue, and the blue I'm using is indigo. And if you don't have indigo, you can go with another blue and mix it with a bit of brown. Or black. But I don't like to use black because I think it doesn't desaturates the colors you mix with it. And I want to have some more definition here with the branches. For this is drying, I'm going to go back in and do more branches. And let's go with an Indian red. And a little bit of water to soften it out. And if you don't have Indian red, use whatever color you have. So a good way to see if the watercolor is, or the water that you applied is dry, if you don't see a reflection coming up from the painted surface, it's pretty safe to paint. I'm going to go in with burnt umber, this one here. I'm going to mix it with the Indian red and start putting in the lines of the bricks. And again, it doesn't have to be like a modern brick work, because it's more medieval. There's really a light wash. I'm not too concerned about the dry time, but I'm going to let it dry a little because I don't want to stop yet. I'm going to add some more detail. So this is a continuation of the arch. So I'm going to continue the detailing. I forgot to mention that although this is indigo blue, it doesn't come with this set, but it is still from Winsor Newton cotton. So let's go in for this. A little bit of water to soften the edge a little bit. You know me, I don't know when to stop, but that's okay. And while that's drying, I'm going to go in with a bit more indigo. And go for a bit more drama, which is my way of saying shadow. And since the brown of the bricks has dried, let's go. So instead of using more indigo, I wanted to incorporate some more ink work like I did over here. So let's see. And I'm using my Staedtler 8-pin grid liner, and I'm using the 0.3 to give it more definition. And since I used the ink up here, I'm going to incorporate it a little bit down here. So how do you like it? I incorporated the limbs of the bricks and the archway, and this one will be done tomorrow, but I like it. So I hope you enjoyed your visit with me and got inspired. Remember to VOTE, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Bye.